everyone, it's Claire back again. We're going to look at today, I think, most people's favourite shade for autumn, fall. It instantly makes you think of this time of year. So it's that category of burnt orange, persimmon, pumpkin kind of shades. So we're going to have a look at the creams first, and then I've got some glittery, shimmery, holographic type of polishes for the autumn. So let's see if I'll be doing any destashing today. So we have 7 cream polishes here. I think they all look slightly different from each other, ranging right through to the almost tipping into a kind of brown. But let's see what they're like on the swatch wheel. So we're going to start with Rocky Rose, which is the namesake from the Rocky Rose collection. This is definitely has a lot of brown in it, but there is a little bit of orange. It's a beautiful autumn shade. So that's Rocky Rose. Fantastic formulas, by the way, on all of the polishes that I've tried in this collection. I picked 6 of them up. I believe there are 9 in the US, but I could only get 6 in Europe. This one here is Orange Koi, and it's quite bright actually, but there is a muted dustiness to it that tips it into being perfect for the autumn, for me, rather than the summer. So I think this is one of those persimmon shades, which is very similar, I think, to Yes I Canyon, which is another polish from the Rocky Rose collection. But I think this is slightly more pink. It is a beautiful shade. I wore this recently and I was boasting that I didn't have anything like this in my collection, so I'm hoping that I don't find anything like this in my collection today. However, this is similar. This is Pumpkin Spice from Essence. I think it might be slightly more red. They all are very similar, but because I do love this shade in the autumn, I think I will find it more difficult to destash than I did the mustard yellows. This one here is definitely more of tipping into the almost red, and this one here is chili. And I think this is the same, around about the same time that cardamom came out. I think there was a kind of spice collection, and there was a mustard in this as well that I know Kath, if you're watching, With Nails and I, one of her favourite polishes was the mustard, which is now discontinued, unfortunately. But yeah, fantastic formula, and definitely more red, slightly deeper. It's kind of like that chili pepper. This is the very famous plain koi that everybody wanted, including me, a few years ago, and it's not the best formula, but it is a very pretty shade, especially for autumn. I managed to get one of the skinny brushes, yeah, one of those bottles of Essie. I do love this shade, but the formula definitely could be better, and again, I don't like the skinny brushes on those Essies. And finally, this one here, Conquers, that I show all the time, especially in autumn picks and autumn polishes. This seems to be getting slightly darker as it ages, almost to a kind of brown shade. But it is beautiful, and it just looks like a shiny conker. So those are the cream, dark, autumn, burnt oranges. So let's have a look at the glittery versions of this shade. So because some of these are metallic, holographic, shimmery, some of them do tip into looking, especially these 3 here, a little bit more sort of bronze, copper. But I'm keeping them in this category because to me they have that burnt orange autumnal feel about them. So let's have a look. The first one here is a Moonshine Mani, and this is stuffed with silver and holographic and gold, actually, silver, gold and holographic glitters. It's a jelly and it's called I Am the Pumpkin King, and it is a very juicy Jaffa orange. The only problem that I have with this polish is the glitters do tend to stick out a little bit, if you can see that one at the edge. So you have to be careful how you apply it, and it makes me kind of not reach for it perhaps as much as I would if those red glitters weren't in this polish. Yeah, they just tend to stick up a little bit too much for me, and then it all becomes a little bit too textured for me. So that is I Am the Pumpkin King, beautiful jelly formula, but unfortunately I'm not a fan of those sticky up red glitters. This one here is from Trend It Up, and this is number 40. It's a slightly paler, more muted burnt orange. And I think there's quite a bit of pink in this. Yeah, there's a little bit of pink in this. Yeah, there's definitely some pink in this. You can't see that shimmer as much on the nail, but you can see it. It's quite subtle. But you can definitely see it more in the bottle. This one here is a Royale with cheese, which is one of those polishes that I kept meaning to get for ages and forgetting about, and then it was out of stock, and I finally managed to grab it. And this is a beautiful orange, deep, dark, dusky, autumnal orange, holographic. It just looks like burnt cheese. And it definitely deepens up on the second coat, but I absolutely love that polish. And this one here is, this was a special from TK Maxx, and this is called Sunbaker. And I remember a couple of people actually on YouTube mentioning this as being one of their favourite autumn polishes. It's certainly very orange and very glittery. It's actually not a bad formula for a Butter London. I find them a little bit janky a lot of the time, the Butter London formulas. But that is very pretty, shimmery, burnt orange. I can see why this is a lot of people's favourites for this time of year. And then the final three are really quite dark. This one here is called Breaking Bland, and I remember that this was sent to me by Amanda, the nail polish hound. She sent me a few like autumn simple colours a couple of years ago, and this is, to me they all look very different to each other. That's a little bit pinky again, similar to the Trend It Up, but you can see the shimmers a lot more. So that's Simple Colours Breaking Bland, and it definitely does break bland. This one here is Glowing Embers, which is from a Bonfire Night Guy Fawkes collection a couple of years ago, and this is an orangey red which has got lots and lots of gold shimmer, and I really, really enjoy wearing all of these polishes from this collection actually this time of year. So it's got a very subtle gold shimmer that runs through that dark. It is a little bit more, it looks a little bit like Barry M's Chili, but with a shimmer. And then finally, this absolutely beautiful Wind Your Neck In, which is a super shifty multi-chrome from the South London trio. And wow, I know that Kat used some special pigments in this polish, and you really can tell. It needs to be built up, but it is so super shiny and shimmery. So that is one coat of Wind Your Neck In. You're going to see the full effect of this when I build it up, but it is a beautiful, beautiful polish. So that is all my burnt oranges from my collection. I don't know if I'm going to be destashing any, possibly a couple of the creams maybe, but I'm going to build these up and we can come back and take a closer look. And they all look like they fit into that autumn orange category for me. I'll make this quick, and I will say the only one that I'm actually going to destash is the Pumpkin King. I'm going to pass this on. So any of my viewers in the UK who are interested in this, if I could figure out a way of removing those red glitters, but there's just so many of them, which is a real shame, but they just catch. And I'm not going to be putting 2 or 3 top coats on to try to eliminate that, which is a real shame. But yeah, not for me, unfortunately. There are also some bar glitters in there, lurking in there. It is a beautiful, beautiful shade and a beautiful formula. But I just can't deal with those sticky up red glitters. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm keeping all of them because they're absolutely beautiful and they're slightly, very, very slightly different from each other. Let me know what your favourite autumn oranges, burnt oranges, pumpkin shades are, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.